The morning of my brother's wedding rehearsal dinner started with something so small, it later felt like the last normal moment of my life. My 6-year-old daughter, Lily, stood in front of the bathroom mirror, holding 2 hair clips in her tiny hands. One was shaped like white flowers. The other had small silver stars. She stared at them like her whole world depended on this choice. "Mom, which one makes me look like a real flower girl?" she asked softly. I smiled and fixed a strand of her hair behind her ear. "You already look like one. You just have to pick what feels like you." After a long pause, she chose the white flowers. She believed that choice mattered more than anything else that day. And in her world, it really did. For the past 4 months, Lily had been preparing for this moment, walking slowly down her hallway, practicing with careful steps, like she was training for something important. There was even a faint mark on the wall where she always turned around and came back, smiling proudly every single time. My husband, Jason, was already loading the car. Calm, steady, organized as always. Shoes packed, gift ready, shirt ironed the night before. He never made life complicated. That was his strength. "You ready?" he asked me, placing a hand gently on my shoulder. "Almost," I said, still unsure if I had forgotten something. Jason shook his head lightly. "You've done enough. It's just a dinner. Let's go." We left our apartment and drove toward the venue, an elegant lakeside in called Harrow. Tall white columns, wide glass windows, the kind of place that made everything feel more formal than it needed to be. Lily pressed her face against the car window the entire ride. "Is Uncle Mark going to be happy when he sees me?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "Very happy, especially when he sees your flowers." She smiled, satisfied, and went back to watching the trees blur past us. That's when my phone buzzed. A message from my mother. "Come to the garden entrance. Don't bring Lily yet. I need to talk to you first. Alone." I read it once, then again. Something in my chest tightened. Jason noticed my silence. "Everything okay?" I hesitated. "My mom wants to talk to me outside first." Jason didn't like confusion. He never did. But he only said, "Okay, I'll stay with Lily." I leaned down and kissed my daughter's forehead. "I'll be right back, sweetheart. Show Daddy your flowers again." She nodded eagerly, already turning toward Jason. And I walked away, not knowing that one message was about to change everything I thought I was walking into. I walked through the side path of the garden, where the flowers were just starting to bloom. The air smelled calm, almost too calm for what I was about to hear. My mother was already there. She stood near a wooden bench, hands folded tightly in front of her, like she had been waiting for something difficult to begin. "Mom," I said, "what is going on?" She didn't answer right away. Instead, she looked toward the parking area for a second, as if making sure no one else was listening. Then she spoke. "There's a problem with the flower girl arrangement." My stomach dropped slightly. "What do you mean?" She hesitated. "The bride's family. They decided they want someone else's child to do it. A little girl from their side." For a moment, I couldn't process her words. Then it hit me. "Lily, she's been practicing for months," I said slowly. My voice was calm, but something inside me was not. "She's 6 years old. She has literally trained for this." My mother sighed like she was already tired of the conversation. "I know, but they feel it would be more appropriate, more aligned with their family." Aligned. That word felt strange, as if my daughter was an object that needed to fit a design. "She is family," I said immediately. "She is Mark's niece." My mother's expression shifted slightly. Not guilt, more like resignation. "It's Madison's wedding," she replied. "She wants it to feel like her side of the family is represented." I laughed once, but there was no humor in it. "So Lily doesn't count as family?" My mother rubbed her hands together. "Don't make this bigger than it is. It's just one role. Just one role." But it wasn't just a role. It was 4 months of practice. It was a child believing she had something important to do. My chest tightened. I tried to stay calm, but my voice lowered. "So what are you saying exactly?" She finally looked at me directly. "We're asking you to handle it calmly. Don't make a scene inside. Let go smoothly tonight. Let go." As if my daughter's disappointment was something easy to pack away. I stood there in the garden, hearing faint music from inside the building, people arriving, laughter starting, life continuing like nothing was wrong. And yet, everything inside me felt wrong. "I need a minute," I said quietly. My mother reached out slightly. Don't make this difficult. I stepped back. I said I need a minute. She didn't stop me again. So I turned away and walked back toward my family, already knowing that the version of this night I had imagined was gone. When I walked back toward the parking area, I wasn't thinking clearly anymore. I just needed to see Lily. She was still with her father, Ethan, crouched near the gravel path, counting small white stones like it was the most important game in the world. 7, she said proudly. No, 8. Ethan smiled and nodded like every number she said was correct. That's impressive. You're really good at this. Lily looked up when she saw me, her face bright. Mom, I found 9 rocks. For a second, I forgot everything I'd just heard. Almost. I crouched beside her and forced a soft smile. That's amazing, sweetheart. Ethan noticed my face immediately. His expression changed slightly. He knew something was wrong before I even spoke. What happened? He asked quietly. I hesitated. Then I said it. They replaced her. He didn't react loudly. Just a slow blink, like he was processing something heavy. What do you mean, replaced? I took a breath. Another little girl is taking the flower girl role. They decided it weeks ago and never told us. Silence. Only the sound of Lily tapping stones together. Ethan looked at me carefully. Do you want to tell her now? I didn't answer right away. Because how do you explain that to a 6-year-old who believes she did everything right? I turned toward Lily. She was smiling, holding a small stone in her hand like it was treasure. Mommy, look. This one is the whitest one. My throat tightened. Lily, I said softly, taking her small hands in mine. She immediately became serious. Like she understood this was not a counting game anymore. I need to tell you something, I said. It's a little sad, but you're going to be okay, all right? She nodded slowly. I took a breath. The flower girl plan changed. Another little girl is going to carry the flowers at Uncle Mark's wedding. Lily stared at me. No tears yet, just confusion. Did I do something wrong? She asked quietly. Was my walking bad? That question hit harder than anything else that day. I shook my head quickly. No, sweetheart. You did everything perfectly. You were amazing. She stayed quiet for a moment. So, I don't carry the flowers. No, I said gently. Not this time. She looked down at her shoes. Then she asked something even smaller. Can I still wear my dress? Yes. Can I still go? Yes. She nodded like she was organizing the pain into something she could understand. Okay, she said softly. Then after a pause, is there cake? I almost smiled through the hurt. Yes, there's cake. Okay, she repeated. And just like that, she stood up again, as if her world had shifted, but she was still going to walk inside it anyway. Ethan looked at me from across her head. No words, just understanding. And somehow, that was the only support I needed to keep standing. The dinner hall was already full when we arrived. Warm lights, soft music, the sound of glasses touching, and people laughing like everything in the world was normal. But for me, nothing felt normal anymore. Lily walked beside me quietly, holding my hand. No complaints, no questions, just a small girl trying to understand a world that suddenly felt different than this morning. We found our seats near the middle. Across the room, I saw my brother, Mark, smiling, shaking hands, playing the role of the happy groom perfectly. Beside him was his fiancée, Madison, calm and composed, like nothing outside her plan existed. Then her eyes met mine, just for a second, and I saw it. Not guilt, not apology, just certainty, like the decision was already finished, and I was the one supposed to adjust. Lily noticed another little girl across the room wearing a white dress and holding a flower basket. She looked at her, then at me. She didn't say anything, but she held my hand a little tighter. Dinner moved forward. Speeches, toasts, laughter, applause. And Lily? She ate quietly. Bread, pasta, dessert, like she had decided to turn disappointment into something she could digest. No tears. Not once. At one point, I stepped away to the restroom just to breathe. In the mirror, I saw myself and didn't recognize the calm I was trying to hold together. Because it wasn't calm. It was control. When I returned, everything was still moving forward like nothing had happened. But I felt it now. The distance. Not just between people, but between what should have been said and what was left unsaid. Later, as the evening continued, my father arrived. He didn't smile much. He didn't speak loudly. He just looked around the room and noticed everything. At one point, he leaned toward me and said quietly, "I heard what happened." I nodded. He didn't ask for details. He didn't need them. And then something happened I didn't expect. He stood up, not dramatically, not angrily, just slowly, and the room noticed. One by one, conversations faded. Glasses lowered. Music felt quieter. He spoke, not loud, but clear. "This evening was supposed to be about family," he said. But somewhere along the way, we forgot what that word actually means. The room went still. He continued. A child was promised something simple, and instead of honesty, she was given silence. My heart started beating harder. Lily looked up at me from her seat, confused by the sudden quiet. My father's voice stayed steady. "We teach children lessons with our actions. And tonight, one lesson was taught very clearly, even if no one meant to say it out loud." A pause. Then he added, softer, "And that is not how this family should behave. No shouting, no drama, just truth sitting in the middle of the room where no one could ignore it." After a moment, he stepped back. The room slowly began to breathe again. But something had changed. Not loudly, not visibly, but permanently. Later that night, as we left, Lily fell asleep in the car within minutes, her head resting against the seat, exhausted from a day she didn't fully understand but still survived with quiet strength. I looked at her sleeping face and realized something. She would remember this, not as betrayal, but as a moment where she learned she could be disappointed and still be okay. And maybe that was the most important lesson of all.